messenger came in at dawn with mud across his face. Said the eastern flank is broken and they're losing ground and pace. Said the numbers don't look favorable. Said the odds are running thin. Said by the time we get there it'll probably be. We were already moving, boots already finding road, already shedding everything that wasn't battle load. Not because the math was good, the math was plainly wrong, but someone in that field was ours and we don't leave them long. You can count the odds against us, you can map the losing ground, you can measure all the distance between here and that sound of a battle still in progress, which means someone's still alive, and alive is all the calculation we need to decide to drive. We heard you were losing, we heard the field was gone, we heard the odds were finished, and we came anyway. We came on, not because we had the numbers, not because the math was right, but because you were still standing in the middle of the fight. And that's enough, that is always enough. We heard you were losing, so we ran. 3 hours on the road and someone asked if we make it in time. Nobody answered because the answer wasn't worth the climb. What's worth the climb is cresting that ridge and seeing the field, and knowing that the ones we came for haven't yet been made to yield. The dulcimer has hammered this path since before the age of steel. The hurdy-gurdy drone has been the sound of what we feel. When the map says stop and the road says go and the field says now, and the low brass tells the mountain to get out of our way somehow. There's a point past calculation, past the math and past the map, where the only thing that's left is the closing of the gap between where you are running from and where you're running to. And the gap is getting smaller and the field is coming through. Oh, we heard you were losing, we saw the smoke from far, we heard the field was broken and we ran to where you are. Not because the odds improved, not because the math got kind, but because we don't leave people in the fields we left behind. And that's enough, that is always enough. We heard you were losing, so we ran. We crested the ridge, we saw the field. The battle was still going, of course it was, because they were still in it. Of course they were. You don't send for reinforcements unless you intend to still be standing when they arrive. Coming down the ridge, we are always coming down the ridge. You held the line 3 hours longer than the numbers said you could. You did the thing that nobody does, you did it and you stood. And now we're on the ridge, and now we're running down the slope, and the hurdy-gurdy hasn't stopped since the moment we had hope. And the dulcimer is hammering everything we bring, and the low brass is the sound the mountain makes when it must sing. Of every boot and blade and war drum, ancient offering to a field that wasn't finished, and a battle not yet done. We heard you were losing and we came anyway, not through the odds, through the ridge. will cause, we will come. When the masses don't bother, we are already running. We were running before you sent word. We were running before the messenger. We were running. We heard you were losing.